Girl, I need you in my life, girl. Oh, you need me in your life, girl.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube video. Yeah, I miss you guys, and it's another vlog now, and we're gonna do a wonderful topic today. And before I bounce back on the topic, I want you guys to do something for me. Yeah, I want you guys to put it a thumbs up, give it a like, just click that like button, and please beg you subscribe to my YouTube channel, support your girl Temi Fabulous, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And now we can now go for the main topic. If you've subscribed and like, thank you so much, I really appreciate that. And now today's topic is, I got pregnant, nursing a 4-month-old baby. Yeah, you'll be like, wow, is that possible? Yeah, it's very, very possible. Yeah. So to the main story of today, I got pregnant while nursing a 4-month-old baby. Yeah, some people can say it's easy, some people can say it's hard, but I want to tell you my story. Yeah, it's what I went through. So I'm going to share you how it all started, what I went through, how I overcome it, and even my present situation. Continue watching. So from the start, I had my baby. I had my first child 4th of 4th 2016. Yeah, that's April 4th 2016. That is when it all started. I had my first child, and everything went super easy. Everything went super easy. Like, I was like, wow, is this how motherhood is? So simple. People like, yo, you don't say things like that. You don't say things like that. It's just that because yours was super easy doesn't mean some other person is super easy. I was like, okay. So my labor of my first child took me like 10 minutes in the hospital before I had my first child. Even though I was like, wow, is this super easy? Because I've read a lot of things, I've watched a lot of videos, I see how hard it is. I was like, okay, I just keep all together, and I thank God, I give all the glory. It was fun. So after having my first child, the first month, second month, I started feeling like I've not gained back what I usually used to be before I conceived. I was still short of strength. I was not physically like that buoyant, and I was like, something's wrong with me. Like, I'm still feeling like I'm still carrying a baby in me. I complain to people, I complain to my husband, they'll be like, it's because of the transition, so you just have to take things easy with yourself. Matter of time, everything's gonna gather together. I said, okay, if I go to the clinic every month, I complain to them, they'll be like, yo, just give it, just give it time. Everything, when you got pregnant, everything didn't change once. It took you time, and the belly start growing and everything, and the building and the forming and everything, you understand? So it's going to take time for you to just, to get back your body shape. But though I wasn't fat, I didn't have a belly. After I gave birth, my belly went down. As in, it went down. Like, when I say down, yes, it really went down. And I didn't have issue of belly like people say they still have the belly still, but thanks to my mother-in-law, she helped me just, this water something now. They will help you puncture every blood clot that is inside your belly. It went down within a week. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. I didn't believe my body can easily get back in shape like that. So after that, the 3rd month, I didn't see my period. The 4th month, I saw my period. Guess how I saw the period? I usually have my period 3 days in the month. And this came, the first day it came, it didn't flow well. The second day, just like a drop. The 3rd day, I never saw it. So I went to clinic that very week, and I complained. They told me, like, it's your first period. Sometimes it's like that. Just give it time. Matter of time, the period's gonna flow very. What I mean, it's the first period in the last few months. So I said, okay. That very week, it started. I was like, no, there is something wrong with me. I was even scared that maybe it's complications of after after giving birth to a baby. I think people like, you're okay, nothing's wrong with you. This. I said, I'm still feeling like I'm carrying a baby. I felt nausea. I felt like throwing up because while I was pregnant with my first child, I threw up almost every day. So the symptoms still continued, and there was this very day I felt it and I threw up. I was like, no, something was wrong with me. My husband was like, you better go get yourself tested. I was like, tested? There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just feeling some things like we don't know. So one day we decided to go to a laboratory, lab in Nigeria. When you want to get yourself tested, you go to the lab. You know what I mean? Yes, especially when you live in Lagos, you go to the lab. So this is a specialist lab. We went to a lab. The lab is around Fagba. If you're familiar with Lagos, Ikeja and everything, yeah, it's around Fagba. So we went to this lab there, and the woman was like, "You're going to do pregnancy test." I was like, what? Like the way you sounding, because I didn't go in there with my baby. My husband was in the car with our 4-month-old baby. I went in there and I was like, hey sis, I have a 4-month baby in the car. You're telling me to do another pregnancy test. I'm not pregnant. She was like, no, it's not like that. You need to be sure of some things. You're going to be doing a wide out test. That's comprised of your malaria and typhoid together, so to know what exactly is happening in your system. So just get the pregnancy test at once, so we know where the things is coming out from. So when you do that, then we'll know the next step or the next test to do. So the woman just cajoled me, and I said, okay, oh yeah, me will do one. While we were doing the tests and the result is not yet out, I was just looking up and down like, God, can I be pregnant? My thought was like so wide. I was like, can I be pregnant? So the test was out. Guess what? I had malaria. You'll be thinking like the whole story is in malaria. Yeah, I had malaria. I had a little bit of typhoid. The bigger news is that I was pregnant, nursing a 4-month-old baby. Yeah, it's very possible. Even while nursing a 3-month-old baby, 2-month-old baby, is very possible. As long as during that period after you had your child, you have chances of being your period. It's very possible. Immediately, my mood swing. I had a mood swing. I was totally upset even from the lab. I got ready to come. My husband was like, the way my husband saw my husband knew something was wrong. He didn't ask me. Just gave me my baby, just put her in the back seat, put her in the car seater. I was like, let's go home. Just let's go. Let's leave here. When we got home, my husband saw my mood. He didn't ask me that day. The second day I slept and woke up. I said, babe, what's wrong with you? I was like, I'm pregnant. And I started crying. I cried for like 3 hours. My husband left me while crying. He went to work. I cried for like 3 hours. And later, when I finished crying, and I asked myself, why are you crying? Like, why are you crying? And I have no answer for myself. I just asked myself the question. I have no answer. And the other thing was like, the only thing that was making me crying at that moment was like, I have a baby. How can I handle a 4-month-old baby with a pregnancy? It might sound easy, but it was a journey. That is how my journey started. Getting pregnant with a 4-month-old baby. So the belly starts belly starts shooting out, and again, when I go out, most of the time I do carry there's this baby suits that you wear in front, and you put your baby in, baby carrier. You put your baby in. Then I used that before I got pregnant, and when I started using that after I got pregnant, when I carried the baby for a very long period of time, I do usually feel pain there because the baby usually sits on my belly, and I started feeling pain. And my husband was like, "You better stop carrying that baby with that thing." Okay, if I want to go out without using a car, I use my way. Popular way of carrying a baby in Nigeria is you get a wrapper, put your baby on your back, and you are good to go. That's the popular way. If I'm going a very long distance, that's usually where I carry my baby without a car. But if it's not a long distance, probably my neighborhood, I just use the baby carrier since I'm not going that very far. I'm not crossing an highway. So I usually carry my baby at the back when I'm going on a very long distance, and maybe I'm going to be crossing a lot of roads or highway or something. So I started using the wrapper again. And when I wrap here, and maybe you want to tie your Yoruba name for that thing is Oja. I don't know what Yibo call it here, is Oja. Like the other tying stuff to tie the baby at the buttocks and to make it firm and your baby will sit well. I started doing that again. I felt God, the pain was so massive. I didn't need to go to hospital or people to tell me it's because of I'm pregnant, that's why. But I didn't want people to know I was pregnant. One, it sounds like a shame, like, how can you get pregnant on a 4-month-old baby? You know what people be like, no, what are they looking at? How did they do it? This, that. They can't hold their body, Nigerian discussions now. So I kept on hiding the pregnancy. I had to stop breastfeeding my baby. That's the most added part of the journey. It looks like I was threatening. No, not threatening. It looked like I don't know how I felt. The child was so innocent, and I denied her of that breast milk. You know, when your baby is 4 months, that is when they know the satisfaction of this breast milk. And I denied her of that. I felt like a bastaba. Like, it was very hard on me. There was this time, so I nursed the baby till I still gave her breast milk till 5 months, and I decided to stop because Yoruba thinking is like you don't breastfeed a child when you are pregnant, or unless maybe something is going wrong with the child, negative stuff like that. People say the child's going to die, child's going to get sick, like. So I nursed the baby 5 months. I couldn't take it. I said, okay, let me just give it 1 more month and I'm done. The last month that I wanted to nurse her, that's the 6th month, there was this day, that week I said I wasn't going to breastfeed her again, and I was breastfeeding her. She was looking straight at me, and I was thinking, this time next week you stop taking this milk. I was not like, God, what did I do to this baby? And then she was really enjoying the milk. I had to stop. You know how hard it is. I had to stop. It's not like the baby is 1 year or 2 years. The baby is just 6 months. The only thing I could do to take my eyes off it was to take her to my mom's place and forget about it. I took her away from home so she wouldn't even have the smell of this again. So that's why I took her out of the film. When she got back, she saw Mama's belly is big, and we had to explain to her that there is another baby. My dear sister, she didn't understand though. Every time she wants to sit on my belly, every time she wants me to carry her, because she was too small to understand. That is the thing you get from when you get pregnant with a child that doesn't understand you. Every mommy's out there, if you've gone through this, please, I know you understand my experience. God. It was hard. I can't, when my pregnancy was shooting out, I can't go out not carrying a car and carrying my baby. I and my husband use the same car. Sometimes it goes to work with it, and I and my child are left alone. If I want to go to the market, do some errand, I need a car. But when he's gone with it, while I was still pregnant, I had to just still pop on my child on and go whatever place I need to go to. It wasn't easy. It was a drama. It wasn't easy. So that is how I did, and I had the baby. Believe me, this time, the second time, it was so difficult. Believe me, it was so difficult. Believe me, I had the 17-hour hard labor. Believe me, I had a 17 hours hard labor before I had that child. It was so massive. It was so crazy. It got to a stage I couldn't talk again. When I want to talk, I felt like something want to cut in my tummy. I was like, something want to, I had to stop talking. God, it was, I can't explain that. It's not easy. I can't explain that. When people say they go through a day labor, 2 days, 3 days, I was like, oh, what are you looking at? You're not strong. But my dear sister, it's not a good thing to experience. Anyone who have experienced that, please, I give you a kudos. You tried, I give you a kudos. That's how I did it, and I finally had the child. The child was a girl, yeah. It's a girl gangs. So I had the child, and the when the baby come, it was like, when the baby came, it was like a gift, like someone dashed me baby. That's why it looked like in my face. I was like, I still have a baby and somebody dashed me another baby. Yeah, trust me. That is how it looked like. And nursing them to me was easy, because the first one wasn't that, doesn't really understand. She's also a baby, and having another baby, I had to take care of, I had to nurse both of them together. And for me, it was easy. When you look at some of them picture now, they look like a twin. They look so beautiful, they look like a twin. When I put on the same clothes together, and when they put on the same clothes together and we go up, people ask me, are they twin? Which one is tired? Which one is kind? I'm like, no, they are not twin, they are sisters. Like, yeah, one is older than each other. Like, okay, I see, one is taller than the other. Like, yeah, why nursing them? I had people around. My husband was so much around because the stress would be too much on me. My siblings comes once in a while. My mother-in-law comes. My mom comes. I have people around, and people helped me out carrying them, this and that. And the nursing was super easy. Was super easy. So he gave me a break after having the child. I was like, I'm going to give it a space. Like, nursing them together. It was fun, but while I was pregnant, it was God. It was. That is the story, my sister. That is the story. But there's one thing I learned about that. I learned that when people does do that mistake. People does do that mistake when they had their first child. And after their first child, people does do that mistake a lot. Like, a lot of people say it, like, it was when I had my first child, I got pregnant while I was nursing in 3 months, in 4 months, in 5 months, in 6 months. So I now learned to know I wasn't the only one. Yeah, I learned to know I wasn't the only one. People fall into that victim. I will say that it's a trap, my dear sister. It's a trap. When you have your first child and you are not ready to have another baby very soon, you can just try a method of any contraceptive. Just try any method of that, so you won't fall into the trap we are falling into. So any mama that is out there that you fall into that kind of trap, because it's a trap. You fall into that kind of trap, I want you to go into my comment section and tell me your story. Just type me your story, or you could come on Instagram, send me a video. Just do a video like this and send it to me. All this mother gang in the building that you fall into the trap I have fallen like this. I want you to go into my comment section and say, yeah, I'm falling into it too. Just do a short up story on how it all went through with you. So, and maybe probably we're going to be doing a part 2, because there's still a lot of discussion about that. We're going to be doing a part 2 of this video. Thank you for coming to the end of this video with me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe your baby Temi Fabulous. Subscribe to my channel. I love you guys and see you in the next video.